I had a first date tonight. When the check came, I offered, as I always do, to split the check. And he said, no, thank you. He said, I'll get the whole thing if you promise to have a second date with me. And I looked at him and I said, don't do that to a woman. He was like very taken aback. And I said, don't ask a woman out on a second date while you're in the middle of a first date. He said, it really can put a lot of women in an uncomfortable position. We never know how men are going to react if we reject them. I said, what if I said no right now? Yeah, what am I going to do? Leave? I drove him. I said, what am I going to leave without you here at the restaurant? And he was apologetic, over apologetic. But guys, don't ask for a second date in the middle of the first date. If it's going well, you'll get a second date.
So here we have a 48-year-old woman who is acting like she is still the prize, who is acting like you, mister, need to sell yourself to her. And sorry, she's late to the party. She doesn't realize that, you know what, those days are gone, and you do not have the leverage anymore to make those demands. Okay, she's 48 years old. She does not have the leverage to make any demands. She should just be happy with the fact that she's on a date with an actual man and not a blow-up doll, not a hologram, and not, you know, some dude who lives in Zimbabwe. She has an actual man right in front of her who, for whatever odd reason, well, I know the reason, is interested in her. It's because he's not in mastery. He doesn't know any better. He doesn't value himself, right? Because if he did, he wouldn't be dating a 48-year-old woman. So already, this dude, he's selling himself short. And, you know, I mean, it goes back to the old saying, how's it go? It's like, if you treat a woman like a princess, or no, if you treat a woman like a queen, she'll treat you like a peasant, something like that. I mean, yeah, it's true, because look what he's doing. He's trying to supplicate to her, and she is treating him as such, right? As a supplicator, as some low-value male, as some guy who is not worthy of her attention, who is not deserving to be there with her. And she even gave him a little attitude. She's like, don't ask a woman out on a second date. Yo, I'd be like, don't school me, lady. I don't need you to give me dating advice while you're still single at 48. Drop it. I'd be like, don't give me any advice at all. I don't want to end up like you, right? I'd let her have it. Like, don't even school. I don't let women try to school me like that, right? I mean, especially when she's like clearly talking down to you. It's different if she's trying to have a conversation, go, you know, so my thoughts are whatever. But then again, I'd be like, did I ask for your thoughts? I'm kind of a dick sometimes when it comes to stuff like that. I don't like these women mouthing off to me like that, you know, especially when it's something that's fairly reasonable. However, I will side with her on the fact that just because I teach dating advice, professional pickup artist, never, ever, ever, quick pickup lesson, she's right about that. Never, ever, ever ask a girl out on a second date while you're still on the first date. That's just a cardinal rule, man. Don't do that. Okay, I understand if you're still like in your teens or something. I used to do that too. But then you quickly learn. This usually does not help me, right? It does not build more attraction. And I always tell you guys, especially in my pickup program, Mastery, I would say if it's not building attraction, don't do it, right? If it's gonna lower her attraction for you, don't do it. Don't say it. Okay? If it's gonna raise her attraction for you, go ahead and do it. But usually those things that are going to raise her attraction level, her interest level in you, requires some polarization. This is why I say sometimes I'm just a dick to these girls. Not even trying to be a dick anymore. I just don't like chicks, modern women, trying to school me. I don't appreciate that. Maybe if you prove that you're smarter than me, you're more successful than me, you have things that I want that I don't have, maybe I'll listen to you. But I haven't met anyone like that in a long time. So, in any case, she is right about that. Do not ask for a second date while you're still on the first date. Big mistake that this guy made. Probably doesn't date enough. Probably doesn't have enough experience. But if he's in his 40s, just like her, which I imagine he is, he's probably socially inept. That's why he's, you know, pursuing a 48-year-old woman. Because if he had a bit more social savvy, maybe if he was a little more charismatic, he would be able to get a woman who is at least 10 years younger, right? At least 10 years younger. I mean, I've had some hard luck students who are just hard case newbies that are closing in on 50, like 48, 49 years old. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, they're like, I don't think I could ever get the hot 20-year-old. And I'm like, okay, let's take some baby steps. First, we're going to start going for women at minimum 10 to 15 years younger. And then we'll start shooting, you know, swinging for the fences with you and start going for the 20-year-olds. But for now, let's go 10 to 15 years younger. Definitely doable, definitely acceptable. It's definitely not creepy or anything like that, because most women in their mid-30s would not mind dating a guy who is older if he has his crap together, if he's a cool guy, if he's fun to hang out with, if he's charismatic and gregarious and all that. Either way, this guy is not, clearly, just based on what she was talking about. Yeah, don't ask these chicks out for the next date while you're still on the first. And definitely another mistake that he made that that she didn't mention, but I caught it, is he said, like, when the check came, she goes, oh, why, you know, let's split the bill. And he said, no. I'll pay for the second date if you promise to go out with me again. So now he's creating a transactional relationship with her. It's like, oh, he has, you know, he's willing to pay me in order to hang out with him. It's like, again, who is the prize here, dude? Why are you treating her like the prize? Like, what is this beggar mentality that you have? Don't do that, guys. I mean, the fact that he was sitting there trying to make a deal with her for a second date, yeah, that's just low value behavior. That's just a very basic dating lesson. It's not even a pickup lesson. I mean, it's just a very, very basic dating lesson that you should have locked down. And if you don't, get into mastery. All right, so that was a mistake, trying to make a transactional purchase for a second date by offering her to pay for the second date. In those cases, just to let you know what I do, guys, and what I teach my students to do is when she offered to pay for the first date, a lot of these chicks will do that fake reach, right? Fake reach for their credit card. It's fake. I don't really honestly believe she was willing to pay for this the first date. She probably would have, but then it would have really turned her off. A lot of girls just get turned off if the guy doesn't pay for the first date. I understand. I get that. A lot of the guys will fight me on that. I've had a number of guys fight me on that. Like, no, it sets the wrong precedent. And it's like, dude, you know, you're gonna spend $30 or you're gonna save $30 to deal with this chick yapping in your ear about that for the rest of your relationship or whatever else. You know, talk about it on social media, whatever else. I mean, it shouldn't be that big a deal, especially if you've already gone to coffee, right? Coffee's free. I'm sure they met up for coffee, but coffee's usually free. Not free, but like $1 or $2, it's essentially free, right? I don't mind getting the chick a coffee. But when it comes to the first date and you're actually, say, going to a dinner and spending money, that is where I let the girl know, like, all right, I'll get this one, you get the next, right? Or if we're going somewhere else that night, right, we usually do something else, like we go to the bar or something. I'm like, all right, I'll get this, you know, you could get me a drink at the bar, right? It's even Stevens, right? I try to keep it like that. And I never go, okay, yeah, give me that check, waiter, I'm rich, here you go, there's my credit card. No, I'm always like, okay, girl, I'm gonna get this, you get the movie, right? It's always like that. I set that precedence with a girl, like, you know, you're gonna invest as much as I do, right? This is, no matter how much money I have, that's inconsequential. If I want to do something nice for you in the future, I'll do it, right? But this is how we roll. I mean, even my girl now, she's 20, doesn't have the best job. I mean, she's 20 years old, right? But she does take care of me. I mean, she takes care of me better than girls did back when I was 20 years old, right? And we didn't have any money. A lot of my girls, like, you know, tried to run on me, and I was like, yeah, no, this is 50-50, right? So essentially, me and my girl are like tit for tat. It's like, oh, you got this, I'm gonna get that, right? Or if I want to go to a Boa steak grill, right, which is expensive, a nice, or like a, you know, STK in Vegas or something like that, or Prime at Bellagio, which is expensive. It's like a $300 meal for 2 people at least, right, with steak. That's out of her range, and that's something I would do anyway, right? That's something that I would do regardless if it's her or maybe a buddy that I want to treat and be like, dude, you just get the dessert or you get the tip. You know, I want to go there because I know not everybody could afford something like that. So I'm fine with that, or family members, right? I treat her the same way I would my buddies, right? I'm like, all right, just get the dessert or, you know, take care of the tip. Right, so I do things like that, but under no circumstance is it like, you know, 100% of the time I'm paying for this chick, or, you know, this ridiculous like 80-20 stuff where the guy pays 80% of the time. No, like we're even Stevens, but you will get to enjoy the lifestyle with me. I travel a lot. I usually, you know, I mean, I'm the one who's deciding to travel. She's coming along, so that's how you work it, man. So if you have a date with a chick, right, you've already gone to coffee. She probably got her own coffee. When you go to the first date, you go to dinner, and when the uncomfortable time comes to pay for the check, you can be like, all right, I'm gonna get this, you get the next, you know, you get the next one, or you get the bowling later, you pay for the bowling, or you know, buy me some drinks later when we hit the bar, or, you know, pay the cover at the club, whatever it is, right? So she's involved as well. So this guy made a mistake trying to use that as an opportunity to try to get it out a second time. No, there should be no transaction there. It should just be like, oh yeah, I'm getting this one, so you're getting the next one, right? Okay, so you have to take me out, you know, something. But then again, she did drive. Why did she drive? That's another low value thing. You don't want the chick to drive, you know, on any of these first few dates, because it's sending the wrong message, sure, but then again, this is probably all she could get. This is probably the best she could do at 48. Right? She can't get the guy with the Porsche anymore. You got to settle for the guy who Ubers everywhere that you have to go pick up and become his Uber. I'm not saying anything's wrong with Uber. I'm just saying, right? That's what she's going to have to deal with, because there are guys out there that she probably could have had 30 years ago, back in the 80s. You know, might have had a Trans Am or something, right? Back when she was younger. You know, might have had like a Knight Rider Firebird or something and take her out in. But, you know, now she can't get that. So now she has to settle for picking up her dates. As always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything I might have missed, anything you'd like to share, drop them in the comments below. Always love to see you guys in my comments. Always love to read them. So drop those comments below. With that said, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Go ahead and smash that like button below. Do it now. Also, hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you guys subscribe, so please make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. And for all you guys who want to support my work and all of this incredible, amazing red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I am talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, baby. The hottest women on the planet. Okay, I teach you how to do that in 7 Months of Mastery. And you know what? I have tons, thousands upon thousands of successful students now all around the world. Okay, a lot of these guys often drop comments in my comment section talking about how they're in my program, they've met their dream girl, they've met their future wife. I've had a number of students who've been through my 7 Months of Mastery program already met their wife thanks to my teachings, right? They met a high value, high caliber, hot wife, right? Way above what they were able to get previously before they jumped into my program, 7 Months of Mastery. They were able to get a girl who was much, much more attractive, much hotter, and much higher value thanks to my teachings. And you know what? I want you to become one of them. Even if you don't plan on getting married, find yourself a cool chick, a high value chick, not one of these like low value, like DG single moms, or you know, women who are passive prime or damaged goods or anything like that. I want to teach you how to go out there and get high value women, just like my students are all around the world. You can become one of us, and all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, and it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. So it's only $1 for the entire first month of high value coaching lessons from me. So take advantage of it. And it's the best way to support my work, guys. And thank you very much if you do. I appreciate it. Thanks in advance. And let's crack on out of here.